Mud Squad? Welcome back to another list video. Today we have the 10 nice things you can do that will make someone smile. Well, let's get started. 1. Engage with homeless people. Whether you like to admit it or not, you probably ignore homeless people every day of the week. And if you're living in a big city, the homeless problem is only likely to increase and become more visible. This alone should encourage you to engage with them and take an interest in them. Have you ever walked up to a homeless person and handed them a warm coffee and asked them about their day? Or asked how they ended up homeless? Believe it or not, every homeless person is not, believe it or not every homeless person is a drug addict or an ex-con. And even if they are, they shouldn't stop you treating them like a human being. Stop you from treating them like a human being. You can go up to someone, just engage in conversation. Maybe you might have a resource somewhere that could help them. 2. Compliment someone and mean it. So much of what we deem to be complimentary is riddled with fakery. While you may not know it, saying your partner looks nice without actually processing what they are wearing or how they look will come across as careless and insecure. The same can be said for a relationship in the office. Do you really mean good job when your boss tells you of a successful meeting? Or are you just saying that because it's expected? These things are all understandable to some degree, which is why complimenting someone with genuine security is much needed. Look around and really take in your surroundings, and then see what you like the look of. If you think the barista at your coffee shop doesn't get enough credit, then tell them what a fantastic job they are doing. Or, just compliment one of your coworkers, if they're really doing something you like. Tell them that, be sincere about it. Introduce yourself to neighbors. As society becomes increasingly less trusting, it is understandable that many residents are becoming wary of their closest neighbors. I'm guilty of that one. However, if you're new to the area or have just never gotten around to introducing yourself, then why not start today? You could even go over with a tin of cookies and simply explain who you are and ask them about themselves, and that you're happy to be living in such a nice community. These random acts of kindness might not feel life-changing, but they certainly make a difference to the person you've spoken to. Smile at a stranger. Smiling at a stranger can be terrifying, especially if you live in a big city where human interaction with strangers is typically kept to a minimum. I live in a small town, so pretty much everybody knows everybody here. But don't let such a don't let such a toxic environment stop you from spreading your kindness. While they might be afraid at first, A genuine smile will most likely brighten up someone's day in ways more ways than you could imagine. I am tongue-tied, sorry y'all. It can be quite nervy and intimidating if you're not used to interacting with strangers. But once you smile at a stranger, you'll start to realize that we are all human beings simply wanting to feel appreciated. Spend a night with your grandparents. Well, I wish I could, but all my grandparents have passed away. Visiting grandparents is often seen as a chore until they're gone. As they get older, they are even more likely to be left alone, so going up to see them can make a world of difference. In many countries, there is a loneliness epidemic, particularly among senior citizens. So look out for your grandparents and do your best to ensure that they aren't being left behind or forgotten. Wash up the dishes no matter whose they are. Okay. Well, we've all heard arguments from families and spouses about whose turn it is to wash up, especially when the dishes aren't ours. But let go of this. Pointing the blame at someone else won't solve anything, so do them yourself. While you don't want to make a habit of washing up someone else's mess all the time, it's important to let go of the blame. And this goes for other things too. If you can solve the problem by doing it yourself and not pinning the blame on the person you think should have done the task, you'll learn to let go of the little annoyances in life that aren't worth arguing over. 7. Give up your seat on the subway or bus. Okay. This should go without saying. If you see a senior or a pregnant woman or a struggling mother with loads of children, it's best to give that seat up, as they are more in need of it than you are. In some countries, this isn't custom the way it is in others, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. Some people feel they have the right to that seat simply because they got there first. If you have that mindset, then remember that others need it more than you, and you will be approached and appreciated and respected if you give it up to those in need. Donate to charity. You don't have to donate to donate your entire salary, but donating a fraction of your salary, even if it isn't very much, can make all the difference. If you care about cancer research, then why not set up a standing order up for a monthly donation? Whether you feel strongly about donating towards the cause will make you feel better about yourself, as you feel you're doing something about the problem that dominates this world, instead of being a helpless bystander. After all, what else are you going to spend your spare income on? Clothes, drinks, Ubers. Donating doesn't have to mean sacrificing food, but it can very well mean spending less on the things that you don't need and more on things that help the wider world. Say thank you and please. In some countries, saying thank you and please is deemed an essential part of being a polite, well-rounded human being. Just take Britain. While many mock them for being overbearingly polite, most have been raised to say thank you and please in all situations. Be it when they are being served at a supermarket, to asking their friends to pass them the salt at the dinner table. So next time you are being served at a restaurant, remember your P's and Q's. It will go a long way in conveying your respect and appreciation for the person, even if you're under no obligation to say such a thing. Support a crowdfunding GoFundMe page. Kickstarter or GoFundMe are great websites that allow you to donate to people's worthy causes and projects. We all need to help We all need help from from others when it comes to seeing our aims come true. So why not help a stranger whose project resonated with you? A simple $10 donation could lead to stakes in a multi-billion-dollar company or finding a cure for a deadly disease. The possibilities are endless. That is it for this video. I hope you liked it, and I'll catch you in my next one. Peace out, Mutt Squad.